for me, not everybody, I should say. There are some wonderful people out there. But the program in mainstream social consciousness is just all about receiving and competition and the oneness and the sharing, as you were talking about, and the ending the competition and giving is so important right now. And we just need a major influx of this into this society.
You know, when I last month at the beginning of this month at the seminar in your E-City, and I see you many things from you. I really impressed, and I really love about that quality of you. You know, you are sharing. You like to share, like to help others without, you know, self-concerned. That's a big difference, the quality. You're grounded. Lots of people I see is not grounded themselves.
Thank you. You know,
it's really, really touching. And especially, I remember I was introducing you about this the bracelet, and how good for strength, flexibility, and all the good things about this bracelet. And you ordered for all your team people. Everyone got a bracelet. I was so impressed. I said, that's great, because show you care. You know, that's the quality.
Yeah, I don't know how to be any other way, you know, and sometimes people say, you know, you just give everything away all the time. You have to stop that. And I go, why? It always comes back. You know, it comes back even more.
Yeah, you more giving, more you're receiving, because you keep empty your cup.
And, you know, I enjoy, you know, people get after me for working too hard here and on the ranch and getting things, you know, prepared and ready. And I told them it's not work for me. This is I really enjoy doing it as long as my body's functional and getting there, which you've helped me out quite a bit. And I have to say, those practices that you taught, I've been doing them on a regular basis. Every once I miss a couple days just because I get tied up with so many things here, and boy, I feel it. I know when I miss a day of not doing the practice, and boy, but it's health-wise, it's just amazing the effects of just doing your daily practice.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, last time I did a seminar in New Jersey, Lama Ramba, who I did a seminar for fundraising for the stupa, he actually participated in the seminar and did, you know, with everybody else. He enjoyed so much. I was so surprised. He's a great Buddhist practitioner. You know, he has his own center and teaching the Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. Now he's doing the Qigong, and he afterwards he told me, now I see how much benefits this Qigong can for people. Are you going to teach in Boston? My sister there, she needs it. I was so you know, like so happy to see he participate, and then same as you, in their participate. And you know, this is a share. We share our energy, we share our knowledge, and the happiness just from inside. It's boundless.
I noticed when we did some of the work together where we're, you know, bringing in the higher energies and the beings. I don't know if you saw that picture of us when we were sitting together. Did you see that big heart that appeared in the picture?
Which one?
Well, we were sitting together at the table, and I don't know, somebody took a picture, and right in between us and above us was this big red heart that just appeared.
Really? No, nobody shows me that.
Oh, I told them to send it to you. Pam said she was going to send it to you, but it was this apparition of this big red. It was a perfect heart right above us, right in between us. And
that's great.
Yeah, when a lot of energy came in, and all of a sudden this apparition appeared, and I love it when those things happen because they just inspire you to keep going. But, like you say, we don't want to get hung up on the other, those things, but, keep doing our practices. But at the same time, it is good to know that there is something out there besides, this body,
Yes. We are so insignificant. Mm-hmm. So if we hold on this tiny, thoughts, we are limited ourselves. Liberation is we're not limited with the body. I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. Mm-hmm. So everything out there, we are part of it. But we are not, limited ourselves with mm-hmm. this, identify ourselves with the body.
It seems that separation game is definitely what's limiting us the most, this concept of aligning with our personality and the body and trying to gain acceptance and approval outside of ourselves. And I see that a lot with a lot of teachings, that people go to these teachings and they get their certificate and it's like a badge and they hold it up and say, look, I'm special, and they miss the whole teachings when that happens and they haven't found that emptiness, which is really not empty once you get there, but they've got to let go of all those old programs and that's what I loved about your teachings and working with you. It was just amazing because it felt like there wasn't any ego there. There wasn't any sense of self. It was all just pure service and sharing, and everybody just had an incredible time.
I'm there, one of everybody else, same as everybody else, to do practice with everybody else. That's a sharing. Because you enjoy yourself. Uh-huh. Why waste the time just walking around? You share your energy with others. You share with the universe. Share with everybody else. That's participate, make everybody else more aware themselves as well. Mm-hmm. I remember the I think it's art. After one session, spontaneous come out, and he was telling me, he said this is the best he ever had session. He said, I can see all other people come out, nobody talk, because everybody turned within and completely silent afterwards. Nobody can talk. Nobody wants to talk. Just sit there silently. And just sit there, feel, so peaceful. It is. Oh, yeah. When you think about it, when you turn within instead of looking outside, people doesn't get the benefits because they're looking from outside searching. Instead, turn within. And then awareness start to show up. And that's how the people benefits from that. Mm-hmm. And as a teacher, all my teacher, taught me, make a good example. You cannot, good example is best teaching than any talks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of times when you do your best work is when you, at the end, you ask, are there any questions? And nobody wants to even talk or ask a question because they're in a different state of mind. And to engage the intellect or whatever and start asking questions is a real downer compared to where you're at, after the other experience.
Yeah, I really enjoyed to have a time to be with everyone in your city. And it was just a wonderful time. I had wonderful people, very good group, and especially you, the owner of the ranch, is that same state of mind. I've really enjoyed. And when you tell me when you have a conference, you put a sign, everybody have a sign name on the shirt, and then you put the nobody. And that's the same mind of Zen practice.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
not to take the self-ego.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's every teaching I've studied with a lot, as you have. I've studied with a lot of different masters and a lot of Native American teachings, and studied yoga for quite a few years, and some lamas and things. And it's they all have this same saying, and the Native Americans say you must become like a hollow bone, for spirit to flow through you, and you've got to bring your personality self into alignment with your higher self, and then it just pretty much gets out of the way and allows that to happen. And then also you have to teach by example. You can't order everybody around to do things. I go out and clean the toilets and dig the ditches and work in the gardens and do a lot of the construction work just like everybody else. And I'm usually the first one out and the last one to quit, as well. So that's what I try to do. And I had a wonderful dad that taught me that way as well. So I was very fortunate in that area. I didn't have a lot to process. My father was a Buddha. He was like a walking Buddha. He just lived it. He didn't preach it or anything. He just did it, and
yes,
and lived that life.
Yes, that's the best example, best teaching than any preach.
Yeah, he was a dentist, and over half his patients were free. They couldn't afford it, and so my mom used to get really angry at him all the time because she goes, over half your patients aren't paying. And he goes, yeah. He goes, so and she get a little upset with him.
Yeah, but this you took your father's example. Made you follow his example. That's great teaching. I think that the highest teacher is living as an example. What you teach. If your teaching is one thing, your living is another. I don't think you can go very far.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to walk the talk. You just can't,
Yeah.
Teach. Yeah, exactly. You're saying teach. I see that so many times. I see these programs out there, and they'll say, for $5,000 you can become an avatar, and one weekend, and. I guess if you have enough money, you can become an avatar, or a Buddha or something like that, according to these programs. And they blow me away. And then they're really pushing the secret, which I feel is a big infomercial for commercialism. But I always tell people, it's like, well, why do you want all the cars and all the big houses and the wife to die for and all these things that you're talking about? Where did that program come from? You don't even know who you are, and you're running a program that was given to you by social consciousness, by your TV set, and by your society. And the secret is to find out who you are first, and then see if you really need all those things.
Not a lot of people know what they want, and also they don't know they should find who they are. But this is a difference. If you know, that's first thing you needed to do, find out who you are. That's already you are already in a high level because your mind is clear. Not in the illusion, not fooled by illusions.
Yeah, I agree. It's not easy. It's to drop all that that programming. I mean, it's years and years and years of programming. But with some people, it could happen in a moment. I've seen that people just all of a sudden explode and connect in, and the higher self, you might say, drops down in, and bam, it's all washed away. And I've seen other people, it takes years and years and years of practice to get there.
Yeah, everybody have a have different paths.